E-commerce is our future. E-commerce is growing in terms of the impact on parcels in Ireland. It's growing 30% per annum. That growth could even accelerate. I think we are at a tipping point now where once a consumer gets used to having something delivered, then they're just going to get an awful lot more delivered.
So we have to find the resources to cope with the growth, and we have to also offer innovations to our customers, because they don't just want to have a parcel delivered, they want all different kinds of services. So it's going to change the industry a lot in the future, and we have to find ways on the one side to save costs, but on the other side to offer more services. So that's the challenge.
So e-commerce growth is changing both the last mile delivery as well as the supply chains that support last mile delivery. And one of the things that we're seeing is that the retailers are investing in putting inventory much closer to the consumer and are using analytics to really balance the logistics cost with the cost of working capital of having dispersed inventory. And as they tune those models, I think we'll find that the battleground becomes last mile, that really is the area that will become most important, that they'll handle the first and middle mile, if you will, and it will be these post and parcel organizations that handle the last.
We always say the parcel has to be where the consignee is and not the other way around. So it means the consignee can redirect the parcel, and he's in a constant dialogue with us. So that's very important, and that means you need a lot of data to be able to do that.
Like we have totally switched from delivering letters into parcels. We have found the best ways how to do the last mile, so that it's actually really useful for the consumer as well. So we are very popular in Estonia and in the Baltics with the parcel lockers. So we have solved the last mile for them. So now we just need to figure out how to do it legislatively also for the universal service. I think one is history and the legacy with it, and the second thing is that we have this universal obligation, and we are hiding everything behind that instead of trying to find the innovation, trying to be in the free market and deal with that. And for example, in Chinese parcel cases, then we have to accept them at a very low rates, and actually nobody's wanting to deal with that, but as an obligation we have to.
I think absolutely a digital marketing competency is a big task and a big challenge. I think the other thing is postal companies, and I'm relatively recent into postal companies are very operationally driven. They're very driven by the big machine that they have, and that has to shift that focus to being market driven. The third thing I think is the whole operational change, which is having to shift a workforce away from mails into parcels, which actually has completely different dynamic. Maybe people won't need mails every day, but they need parcels every minute, and that's a very different type of service. But that last challenge is something that postal operators are supremely capable of doing, but it's just going to require a lot of work and a lot of thinking.
Nobody is more local, more hyper-local in a lot of ways than a post, and better able to handle last mile in every situation, both in dense cities as well as dispersed rural areas. So I think postal organizations are particularly well prepared for the e-commerce boom that's coming.